Hey Ross, where my money makes money. Risk versus reward when it comes to investing. Now, we know that the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a month, the stock market has been pretty much bare. And that means it's been doing quite badly. Okay, the percentages are down, Dow has lost hundreds of points, etc. Right? So a bear market is when the market is down, a bull market is when the market is up. Now, everybody's been predicting a crash. I know I did. I want to say I predicted one last year as far as we're coming closer to one because, quite frankly, ever since the recession back in 2008, 2009, we have been receiving great returns. So over the course of the stock market, the history has shown us that over a course of time, like every 10 years or so, we're going to have a crash. So nonetheless, we need to focus on returns, right? We're trying to multiply our money. We're trying to increase our money. And here are some things I believe that we can do to make some money during this process of the market not performing well. First and foremost, I have to let everyone know that I'm almost 100% out of individual stocks. That's right, 100% out of individual stocks. I have literally transferred and sold and bought ETFs and index funds solely. Now, granted, I still have some individual stocks that I'm waiting so I can balance out, I can break even or even make a small profit before I sell it. And just to give you an example, I still have Facebook, and Facebook has been performing poorly. I still have Tilray. I'm still hundreds of points down with Tilray. So I'm waiting where a margin that I can actually suffer the blow. That way I can put all of my money into ETFs and index funds and also REITs, okay? Also REITs, we're talking about real estate. Those real estate funds, those real estate stocks that give you dividends. Regardless of what's going on in the market, a lot of these real estate investment properties or real estate investment trusts or real estate investment funds still gives you dividends. So even though the stock price, the share price may fluctuate up and down during this bear market, you will still receive dividends. Now, granted, even with ETFs and index funds, we're talking about Vanguard, SPDR, BlackRock, etc. We're talking about funds that have those names tied to it. 99% of them gives you what? Dividends. That means that you're still making money during this whole correction, market correction, and the risk versus reward is still coming in profitable. Yeah, you're not really thinking about the share price. I don't want you to. I want you to think about the profit that you're receiving every quarter from that stock, from that share, depending on how many you have. And the quarter is every 3 months or every 4 months, depending on that organization, depending on that corporation, depending on that business. So now that we're getting closer to what people may think, a lot of professionals may think is a depression or recession or the stock market crashing, it's time to protect your investments. When you start transferring your money into bonds, when you start transferring your money into index and ETFs, those exchange traded funds, and as well as REITs, those real estate investment trusts and or funds, this is what you call hedging your stocks. This is what you call hedging your stocks. Hedging your stocks is sort of like insurance for your stocks, because even though the market is declining rapidly and it may even crash, do you know that people who was investing into bonds, ETFs, index, and also internationally, they were still making a profit of anywhere from 1 to 5%. Now, you're saying, well, 1 to 5% is not a lot of money, but I can tell you it's better than a negative 22%. So now that I am transitioning my stock portfolio into ETFs, index funds, and these real estate and properties so I can get those dividends, I'm still making money even during this downturn, this bear market. So I'm just giving you a little bit of insight, and I want you to look at your stock portfolio and see how it's performing and see if you may need to tweak you mean to increase, you mean to decrease, you mean to sell, you might need to buy, whatever it is for you, do it so the only thing that you're receiving in your stock portfolio, in your bank account, is profit. This is Ross World. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, ring the notification bell so every time I release a video, you see it first, because now that you have the information, it's time to act. I'm out.